Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Wrestling Entertainment. This is Joel Perez here of the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, and we are here for your Hell in a Cell preview and predictions. We're talking everything Hell in a Cell 2017, SmackDown, brand exclusive pay-per-view, 2 Hell in a Cell matches, WWE Championship match. We're talking everything Hell in a Cell, the build to Hell in a Cell, the quality of SmackDown Live going in to Hell in a Cell, the build for each and every single match, what I think is going to happen, what I think WWE is going to do, what I want to happen, all that fantastic stuff. We're going to be covering it here, right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel in this very video. Hell in a Cell preview and predictions. Here we go. But before we do get into the Hell in a Cell preview and predictions, I want all of you to do me a grand favor and make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, because there is so much other content to go check out on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, particularly a video that got uploaded last night on Wednesday around 9 o'clock-ish. You can make sure to go check out a breaking news video that I did right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, about 10 minutes, and we're talking about War Games, WWE War Games. We were talking about that because it's being brought back, a WCW concept being brought back not to Raw, not to SmackDown, not to Survivor Series, but to NXT TakeOver Houston, which is happening Survivor Series weekend. That was the huge breaking news last night, and we were talking about it right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. That video is doing wonders right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, so make sure to go check it out. I'm sure all of you are going to enjoy that. Of course, like always, each and every single week, we do Raw and SmackDown reviews, and the Raw and SmackDown reviews for this week are up. The go-home show to the very pay-per-view that we are talking about, Hell in a Cell. There is a review for that, SmackDown Live, the October 3rd edition, go-home show to Hell in a Cell. We're talking about that one. And of course, Monday Night Raw, the reunion of the Shield, continues to be lurking on Monday Night Raw. And we're talking about everything that happened there with the Cruiserweights, the debut of Kalisto to the Cruiserweight division, that being the main event of Monday Night Raw, and everything that happened regarding the Shield's Intercontinental Championship match between The Miz and Roman Reigns. Of course, you're watching the preview and predictions to Hell in a Cell, so that means you can expect a review of Hell in a Cell coming very, very soon after that show goes off the air on Sunday. About an hour and a half later, you can be expecting to watch your official review for Hell in a Cell 2017. We're going to see if that pay-per-view is good, which it has the potential to be. It has the potential to be good, or if it's going to be horse crap, like a lot of WWE pay-per-views as of late. No Mercy comes to mind. SummerSlam comes to mind. And SmackDown Live exclusive pay-per-view Battleground comes to mind. So we're going to see what is going on with this pay-per-view, because we all know Battleground, what was one of the worst WWE pay-per-views we have ever seen, was WWE Battleground this year. So we're going to have to wait and see, is Hell in a Cell going to do the same? It has a lot of great matches on the card, so I don't expect it to, but I mean, it's WWE booking this. So we're going to see Hell in a Cell review and results Sunday after that show goes off the air, so make sure to expect that. Behind the Mic on Saturday as well. Each and every single Saturday we talk about all the biggest news on Behind the Mic. There's sure to be some huge news on Behind the Mic on Saturday, so make sure to expect that onward coming. I'm trying to get some extra video out, more extra videos on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, so you can expect that anytime. And of course, WWE 2K18 coming out 1 week, the early edition coming out 1 week from Friday, which is tomorrow. So I am so freaking excited for that one. Finally an upgrade from WWE 2K17, which I know it's mostly an improvement in the graphics and the adding of the few extra touches that 2K does every year. But damn, I am so tired at looking at this goddamn WWE 2K17. It will be a sight for sore eyes, bro. So, I mean, I'm ready to see that WWE 2K18. I'm ready to play it. It's always exciting playing one of these new 2K18 WWE video games, so it's going to be interesting to see what they have going on there, and it is all going to be covered right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Had a blast last year for 2K17 when that game was coming out, doing my career, commentating a lot of matches. I love commentating, and I'm so excited to be able to do that for you again this year. And if you do want all of that content right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, the best way to get it all, the best way to make sure you don't miss any of it is to subscribe to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to that Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. And of course, if you want to know exactly when I'm uploading, make sure to go check out the Twitter account. You get notifications on there if you do use Twitter. And of course, make sure to click on that notification bell. You'll get notifications straight to your mobile device every time I upload. So make sure to do that. Like this video if you enjoy what you're hearing here. And of course, make sure to comment what you're thinking going into Hell in a Cell, who you think are going to win the matches. Make your predictions. It's not just my predictions. It is your predictions that matter as well. So make sure to comment down below. Let the comment section be your array for you to speak your mind if you don't necessarily do YouTube. So make sure to go do all that fantastic stuff right there. It means a lot to me. You guys support the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, I do not know what you are waiting for. Make sure to subscribe to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, because for now, we're going to be going into Hell in a Cell preview and predictions. And of course, like we always start with these preview and predictions videos, we're talking about the build, the quality of SmackDown Live going into this pay-per-view. And I mean, SmackDown Live, man, Jinder Mahal, and I say this each and every single week for my SmackDown Live reviews, and I'll say it again here because it is that important a point. Jinder Mahal is a awful WWE champion. I cannot think of a worse WWE champion since JBL in 2004 and 2005. That's how bad Jinder Mahal is. That you need to go back 12 years to find a WWE champion who is worse than Jinder Mahal. That is on the same level as Jinder Mahal, because I wouldn't even say JBL is worse than Jinder Mahal. I would say he is on the same level, if not a little better than Jinder Mahal. So Jinder Mahal might just be the worst WWE champion I've ever seen. I have ever seen. That you have to go back 12 years to find somebody that you can compare to the shit that is Jinder Mahal. That is a fucking statement in and of itself. And it has been bringing down SmackDown Live quality drastically. Now, there's a lot more to the puzzle. There's a lot more that's making SmackDown Live bullshit, like the illogical booking, which we will talk about. But it all starts at the top, and I think you can all agree with me on that. When AJ Styles was your WWE champion, I don't think we were complaining about SmackDown Live. Now, were we? We weren't. We were enjoying SmackDown Live when AJ Styles was your champion. We weren't complaining as much about SmackDown Live. Now, there was still a lot of bullshit going on SmackDown Live, but to a lesser extent, we were complaining about SmackDown Live because, well, AJ Styles was your champion. Is that a coincidence? No, I don't think so. It all starts at the top. And with a guy like Jinder Mahal as your WWE champion, we're not going anywhere, bro. We are not going anywhere, and that is clear. This guy is absolutely awful. To the point where this guy, the build to the WWE Championship match going into Hell in a Cell, was this guy going out there and pointing fun and looking and laughing at pictures of Shinsuke Nakamura. That's all you have to say? Going into Hell in a Cell? You gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be kidding me. That's how you're building your WWE Championship feud? You gotta be kidding me. And then I'm looking at SmackDown Live numbers being at 2.3 million. Attendance being lower than ever. Yeah, you have Road Dogg on Twitter. September's a bad month for WWE. September's historically a bad month. It wasn't this bad last time this year, bro. or this last year around this time, it was not this bad. And I wonder why. I wonder why. Clearly, your champion is being a huge detriment to your television. Jinder Mahal cannot go in that ring. The only good promo that this guy cut was when he originally won the the six-pack challenge to become a #1 contender for the WWE Championship. Yeah, he has the looks of the WWE Champion, but I mean, why is he looking that way? Why does he have veins coming out of veins coming out of veins? Why? Well, I wouldn't put it past Jinder Mahal and WWE to be supporting the steroid use. So that's just what I'm thinking. He only looks like a WWE champion, but that's not all it takes. You may look like a WWE champion, but do you perform like a champion? Do you talk like a champion? No, you don't. No, you don't. And that has been a huge detriment to SmackDown Live Television. SmackDown Live Television has gotten worse and worse and worse since this guy won the WWE Championship. And I don't think that's a coincidence, bro. I do not think that's a coincidence. If this guy loses the championship at this pay-per-view against Shinsuke Nakamura, or to Shinsuke Nakamura, I should say, I think SmackDown Live Television is going to be a lot better off. Now, that's not going to fix all the problems. That's not going to fix all the problems of SmackDown Live, and we'll get to that right now, bro. Because SmackDown Live, the booking of SmackDown Live has just been absolutely asinine, bro. The over-scripting has reached SmackDown to a point where it's like Monday Night Raw. I thought Vince McMahon was hands-off with this show, but these guys are exactly like they are on Monday Night Raw. Overly scripted, and the generic booking is beyond all capacities. You got Ty Dillinger involved with the United States title picture for all the weeks leading up to this pay-per-view. Yet, you decide to make this a one-on-one that nobody is interested in for the United States Championship at Hell in a Cell between AJ Styles and Baron Corbin, when you know very well that Ty Dillinger would spice up that match. What happened to SmackDown Live being the land of opportunities? That's just one booking inaccuracy that I noticed. Then you got Charlotte. Charlotte versus Natalya. How are you going to book this matchup? First of all, it is clear that WWE is just giving Charlotte this opportunity and probably going to have Charlotte win the Women's Championship because they're forwarding their plans because Ric Flair was hospitalized. That's number one. And that's just something that needs to be thrown out there because that's pretty much the truth. And second of all, how are you building towards this matchup? Are you going to have Charlotte and Natalya have a intense rivalry, bringing up the matches they've had in the past, cutting promos against each other? What do you do on the go-home show? A tag team match, one of the most generic tag team matches you could come up with, a match that I think we've seen already in Carmella and Natalya versus Becky Lynch and Charlotte. How much more generic can you get? Be creative with your booking. This is a creative team, right? Where's the creativity? Because that's as generic as you can get, if you ask me. My God. My God. And that's what I'm talking about. This is what I am talking about. These booking inaccuracies. Who is that supposed to interest? I ask. Not me. I'm sure you're not interested either. So who the hell is supposed to be interested in this situation? My God. You cannot book with more originality, with more panache. You have Shinsuke Nakamura come out on SmackDown Live last week, or this very week on Tuesday, right? You have this guy come out, he's interviewed by these robot, overly scripted announcers and interviewers. My God. My God. These announcers are awful. Same thing on NXT and same thing on Monday Night Raw. It's throughout the whole company. But you have Nakamura come out, and what is he going to say in the final week that he can address the WWE Champion, right? What is he going to say? What is this man going to say? Is he going to say something like Jinder Mahal at WWE Hell in a Cell. I am going to rip your head off, bro. I'm going to take you and I'm going to win that WWE Championship and I'm going to end your reign of mockery and foolishness. Why not say something like that? But no, instead, this guy recites nursery rhymes, bro. Nursery rhymes, bro. You gotta be kidding me. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Who scripted that garbage, bro? You can tell from a mile away. You could be deaf as a bat, and you will still know that that is overly scripted garbage. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Who would genuinely say that? Not me. Not you. And I'm sure if Nakamura had creative freedom, he wouldn't make himself look like a fool and say that either, bro. My God. And this is where I'm coming from with the bullshit television. SmackDown Live has not been good going into Hell in a Cell. It hasn't. Coming out of Hell in a Cell, do I think that SmackDown Live can take measures to make it better? Very easy measures to make this show better? Yes. For starters, take the title off of Jinder Mahal. Take the title off of Jinder Mahal. We're going to talk about that. Going into this, we're going to talk about each and every single match specifically. But that is what I think of the build and the SmackDown Lives going into Hell in a Cell. And I hope you guys agree with me because quite honestly, I think that that type of mediocre television is not acceptable. But for now, let's go into this match by match coverage here. We're going to talk about each and every single match, the build, what I think is going to happen, what I think WWE is going to do, and what I want to happen. So let's talk about it, and we are going to start with here. We start with Randy Orton versus Rusev. I don't understand why this rivalry is even going on. I mean, this rivalry literally started because Randy Orton and Rusev had nothing to do going into Hell in a Cell, and clearly it's still continuing, or they had nothing to do going into SummerSlam, and it's still continuing because they have nothing to do going onward on SmackDown Live. And seeing with the quality of this feud, Rusev losing in 10 seconds at SummerSlam, Randy Orton losing in 9 seconds on a random edition of SmackDown Live, a Rusev Day segment, which was absolutely ridiculous. That was the build for this matchup. And then people are wondering why Randy Orton is going on the Edge and Christian podcast and saying that he's dying to turn heel, that he's dying to go to Monday Night Raw, because clearly they have nothing for him of interest on Monday Night Raw, or on SmackDown Live, I should say. On SmackDown Live, when he can go to Monday Night Raw and have a rivalry with a Samoa Joe, and have a rivalry with a Braun Strowman, have a rivalry with a Roman Reigns. There's nothing for him on SmackDown Live. There really isn't. He's really done it all, and especially with this babyface run, Randy Orton is boring. He is painfully boring. And Rusev, at this point, it's like they don't give a shit about this guy. They do not give a shit about this guy. And you can tell from a mile away. You can tell from a mile away. So this feud is absolutely generic, boring, and it's going on for no reason. So who's going to win here? Who's going to win here? Rusev beat Randy Orton in 9 seconds on SmackDown Live. Do you really think WWE is going to let that fly without giving Randy Orton his comeuppance? Clearly Randy Orton's going to win this matchup. If Rusev won, I'd be surprised. It'd be a pleasant surprise. But I mean, I don't expect anything from this matchup. I don't expect them to put on a good match, because quite honestly, there is no investment in this matchup. There is nothing to be seen here. And as much as it might frustrate some of you guys that Rusev is being treated like this, and that Rusev, who we all know is great, is in a rivalry like this, I mean, it's very unfortunate, but that's the type of booking we're seeing on SmackDown Live right now. That is the type of booking where the main storyline in Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon during the build to this entire pay-per-view has been presented as the most important thing, and everything else, generic, boring, formulaic. I mean, that's all we've seen here. And that's exactly what I think this match is going to be, based on the build. Generic, boring, and formulaic. Randy Orton wins. Dolph Ziggler versus Bobby Roode. Now, this is a match that I'm very interested in, solely because of the fact that Bobby Roode, this is pretty much like his debut match. This is like his debut rivalry. This is the first match Bobby Roode is having that actually is in some type of meaning. That has some type of meaning. And the build to this matchup has been Dolph Ziggler, of course, coming out, doing all the entrances right. And I mean, they've even caused some controversy. Some people getting pissed off about him doing the Ultimate Warrior entrance and him doing the Undertaker's entrance. And I mean, yeah, that is something that is blatantly disrespectful and that Dolph Ziggler shouldn't have done. And WWE crossed the line there. But that's besides the point here. And clearly, Bobby Roode from the beginning was going to come out here because Bobby Roode is the guy with the flashy entrance. So Ziggler's been coming out, doing these entrances and saying, I am better than everybody else inside that ring. You can have a flashy entrance and that's all this crowd care about? Really? When I go in that ring, and night in and night out, I put in the best performance. I am the greatest of all time. Clearly Dolph Ziggler is not, but that is the storyline he is in. So eventually Bobby Roode came out and said, you know what, fuck you, Ziggler. That is not true, and I'll show you that's not true. Let's have a match. So the build to this storyline has been simple. We've only seen Bobby Roode for 2 weeks of this storyline while Dolph Ziggler was doing his ridiculous entrances. DX, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Ultimate Warrior, Naomi. I think perhaps he did Bray Wyatt at one point. It was just all ridiculous. So Bobby Roode came out and, I mean, that's the build to this match. And Bobby Roode's clearly going to win this. And I think that this is going to be Dolph Ziggler's last matchup in the WWE. There were rumors about his contract expiring in October and this pretty much being a go-away match for Dolph Ziggler. So at least he's putting somebody over on his way out, and he will leave the WWE and he will go and have fantastic matches in the indies with the Cody Rhodes, with the Kota Ibushis, with the Kazuchika Okadas, with the Kenny Omegas, with the Jay Lethals, with everybody who is a free agent. Dolph Ziggler will go and he will put on fantastic matches on the indie scenes, and WWE will be crying and saying, why the hell did we let this guy go? We want Cody Rhodes, we want Dolph Ziggler, we want this guy, we want the next guy, and we had him, but we fucked up. But of course it won't be that way in their minds. It's going to be their fault, right? But whatever. Dolph Ziggler versus Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode wins. I expect this to be a very good match. You know how good Bobby Roode is in the ring. You know how great Dolph Ziggler is in the ring. This is going to be a very good match. No doubt about it. Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. And I think on top of this, that Bobby Roode is going to win and Dolph Ziggler is going to be on his way out of the WWE. If he's not, I would be very surprised. Because Ziggler, you're making a mistake, bro. When you could go and prove them wrong in the indies, bro. If I was Dolph Ziggler, I would. So, I mean, there you go. Natalya versus Charlotte Flair. This was a matchup that, I mean, like I said in the beginning of this video, was put together because they wanted to reward Charlotte because her father, Ric Flair, was hospitalized. That's it. They felt pity for Charlotte, so they advanced their plans, which were probably going to have Charlotte winning the title anyways. And they advanced their plans, and now they're doing this earlier. So, there you go. Charlotte versus Natalya. The build to this matchup, non-existent. Like I said, generic tag team matches, Charlotte versus Carmella for some reason. And ever since Natalya, this is another thing, ever since Natalya has become women's champion, I mean, she's apparently been this main event women's competitor. Before this, she used to lose every match she was in. Now she's become this competitor, making Naomi tap out, besting Charlotte, making Charlotte tap out on the go-home show. What sense does that make? Clearly Natalya is going to lose the title in this matchup. Because, first of all, if you win on the go-home show, you're losing on the pay-per-view. That's how it goes most of the time. That's in WWE Book of Rules 101, right? Right? If you win on the go-home show, you lose on the pay-per-view, and that is exactly what's going to happen here. I expect Charlotte to win the championship. Matter of fact, I think we can even see a Carmella cash, and I think that would be the most logical way to go here. Have Carmella win the championship, have her hold it, have Charlotte chase. Like they say, the money's in the chase, right? The money's in the chase. So, I mean, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Carmella cash in. It'd be really the most interesting thing you could do going forward with the women's division. It's going to be interesting to see what type of champion Carmella would be. I mean, why not give her a shot? You can't have her holding that Money in the Bank briefcase forever. It's going to happen eventually. Hopefully she doesn't end up like Baron Corbin failing. I know there were rumors floating around that they were going to have Carmella as well fail her Money in the Bank cash in. I don't think that should happen. I think Charlotte should perhaps maybe even win the women's championship here, and Carmella cashes in right away, or Carmella cashes in mid-match, whatever the hell you want to do. I say Carmella cashes in here. I'm going to go the wild card. Carmella cashes in here. Either that, or you have Charlotte win the women's championship. So, there you go. I mean, I'd love to talk about this match further, really, but is there anything to talk about? Can you say that you were excited about this matchup? I can't. I'll be honest with you. I cannot see myself being excited about any of these undercard matches. I'm interested in Dolph Ziggler versus Bobby Roode, definitely. But Randy Orton versus Rusev, Natalya versus Charlotte, give me a break. Give me a break. The New Day, this is something I'm actually very, very interested in, because every time these guys enter a ring together, you can tell that these guys love working with each other, and they steal the show every time. They steal the show every time, and this was said on the Go Home show. Every time we enter that ring, we steal the show. So, I mean, the New Day versus the Usos inside of Hell in a Cell, and it's going to be absolutely fascinating to me to see how they use the structure, because these guys have been so unique in everything that they've done. Street fights, I believe, normal tag team matches, tornado tag team matches, all of the above. They've done almost all the match types, right? And they've made it so goddamn good each and every single time that we see these two teams fight. And they're going to do the same. Now, the SmackDown Live Tag Team division really is non-existent. So, where you go beyond this feud with the New Day and the Usos, I wouldn't see this continuing beyond Hell in a Cell. This is especially a feud that, since it's going in a Hell in a Cell, should end after Hell in a Cell. The Hell in a Cell is supposed to be the end of the rivalries, right? It is. So, especially for this feud, I want to see this culminate inside a Hell in a Cell. And I predict that the New Day is going to retain here, because, I mean, first of all, in this feud, you've seen so much flip-flopping of the title. And if there is something I do not like about this feud, it's the flip-flopping of the title. You have the Usos lose it or retain at Money in the Bank. Then they lose it at Battleground, win it back at SummerSlam, lose it again in the street fight they had on SmackDown Live. And are you telling me they're going to win it back at Hell in a Cell and then continue this rivalry even further? I mean, goddamn, that's just overkill. That is just overkill. I mean, I love seeing these two teams compete, but the flip-flopping of the title has really been the downside of this feud. So hopefully the New Day does retain. And I was thinking before we did go into this matchup that the Authors of Pain were going to go into this matchup and just destroy both teams and dominate the SmackDown Live Tag Team division in that manner. But I don't think that's happening anymore, since the Authors of Pain are going to be in that War Games matchup at NXT TakeOver Houston. So they're clearly going to be staying in NXT for the remainder of their time. But the New Day versus the Usos, very, very interesting matchup this is going to be. I think this is going to be the best match of the show. I honestly think this is going to be the best matchup of the show, and we're going to see just a barn burner. Just a barn burner, because these two teams have put on fantastic matches before, and now that they have this demonish structure like WWE likes to advertise it at their hands, I think this is going to be fantastic. No doubt about it. Fantastic. We move on here. Oh my god. The WWE Championship match. The modern day Maharaja versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It's become to a point with Jinder Mahal At SummerSlam, you were like, alright, you were still in terms with this guy being the WWE Champion, because he had been the WWE Champion for like, what, 3 months? 3 months by SummerSlam, and you thought he was going to lose it to Shinsuke Nakamura going into SummerSlam, so you're like, alright, he's held it for 3 months, you're going to give it to Nakamura, we're moving on here. He beats Nakamura at SummerSlam, does Jinder Mahal, gives Nakamura his first loss on the main roster 4 months after this guy debuts, which is absolutely outrageous, taking so much momentum away from Nakamura, and we see this rivalry continue. You give a pay-per-view worthy match in Randy Orton versus Shinsuke Nakamura away on free television for a #1 contendership. No build, nothing, and again, that plays in to the booking inaccuracies and the illogicalities, a word I love to make up, illogicalities in the SmackDown Live booking. That's another. So, Shinsuke Nakamura wins the #1 contendership. Alright. Nakamura should be pissed off, right? Jinder Mahal screwed him. The Singh brothers, right? Screwed him. What does Shinsuke Nakamura do? Nothing. Here comes Jinder Mahal, right? On SmackDown Live. And he starts making fun of pictures of Shinsuke Nakamura, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous in its own right, to the point where this causes beef with the Washington Post. And many news outlets are reporting that in his promo, Jinder Mahal was being racist to Nakamura, saying, "I rook you," or whatever the hell he said, right? Yet WWE feels the need to continue this garbage with Jinder Mahal fucking looking at pictures of Nakamura and laughing. That's how you build a WWE Championship feud? Through racial slurs? That's how you have to build a WWE Championship feud? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me with that one, right? Of course not. Of course not. If I told this to anybody, they'd be like, what the fuck? That's how they're building a WWE Championship match? Yeah, that's how they built this WWE Championship match. Not Jinder Mahal doing something backstage to Nakamura in his locker room, absolutely assaulting him, doing something to where Nakamura wants to destroy Jinder Mahal. None of that. There's no feud, there's no build, there's no motivation behind any of this. You had Nakamura come out last week, and instead of being furious at what Jinder Mahal has said about him and fucking done to him, right? What does he do? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. What type of promo is that? Overly scripted garbage. That's what you give him as a response. You gotta be kidding me. That has been this WWE Championship feud. Matter of fact, that garbage sums up Jinder Mahal's entire WWE Championship reign. So, I mean, at this point, you have an opportunity to take that WWE Championship off of Jinder Mahal. It is shown by the numbers that Jinder Mahal has been a failure as WWE Champion. I mean, a go-home show to a pay-per-view got 2.3 million views. That was SmackDown Live's viewership number for Tuesday. That is garbage. That is absolutely garbage. Attendance is lower than ever. And I would say that part of that, not all of it, but part of that has to do with Jinder Mahal being your WWE Champion. Because quite honestly, who is interested in Jinder Mahal as WWE Champion? I'm not. I know you aren't. So at this point, I say just give the title to Nakamura. And I mean, if you would have told me this when Nakamura was having a fantastic NXT Championship reign, that I would be saying, oh, just give the title to Nakamura, instead of saying, Nakamura should win the championship, he is absolutely deserving, he has been the best thing on SmackDown Live, I'm resorting to saying, oh, just give Nakamura the championship, because, I mean, it's better than Jinder Mahal. I mean, that is how SmackDown Live has booked Nakamura, to the point where I'm just saying, just give him the championship. I don't even give a fuck at this point. Just give it to him, because there's no other option. That is piss poor. That is piss poor. I would have never thought I would be saying that. That just goes to show you how WWE ruins talent, to the point where I'm not even excited about a Nakamura title win. I just want to see Jinder Mahal lose the championship, and that's the only reason that I am more interested in this matchup because I want to see this guy lose the championship. He is a detriment to the quality of your television. He is a detriment to your viewership. He is a detriment to your audience numbers. He is affecting you in a negative way where people are going to stop watching, bro. So, do you really want that as your WWE champion? I know I don't. Do you, WWE? Make the decision right. But then again, here's WWE. Give Jinder Mahal the title, and then for Survivor Series, book another Punjabi prison match. He will hold the title until WrestleMania. The 1.3 billion people of India will be watching WWE, sucking Roman Reigns' cock while they have Jinder Mahal's steroid arms lifting them up in the sky. Yes, the vision of WWE. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Give the title to Nakamura, have him feud with Owens for a while. AJ Styles wins the Royal Rumble. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura takes us into WrestleMania 34, where we'll see a fantastic matchup. AJ Styles wins the WWE Championship. Go from there. Bobby Roode feud. Bobby Roode wins the WWE Championship. Bada boom shakalaka. You have the rest of your fucking year booked. You have the rest of your year booked. But with Jinder Mahal, don't even fucking talk to me about that one. Don't even talk to me about a future with Jinder Mahal as your WWE Champion until WrestleMania. You gotta be kidding me with that one. My God. My God. United States Championship match. AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. That's how irrelevant the WWE Championship is, to the point where the United States Championship match was above that. Now, I don't know why it was above this on the match card that I'm reading here, because this feud has been as irrelevant as the fucking next feud, bro. My God. My God, bro. AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. You'd have Ty Dillinger. You've had Ty Dillinger involved in all of the build towards this. He's been in matches with AJ Styles, in open challenges with AJ Styles. He's been in matches with Baron Corbin, assaulting Baron Corbin before a United States Championship match. All this shit, Ty Dillinger has been in it through the thick and the thin. And what do? You leave him out of the matchup. WWE logic, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta be kidding me. You know how much more interested in this match I would be if Ty Dillinger were in it? I would be excited. I'd be like, oh my God, there's a possibility of Ty Dillinger winning this United States Championship. Ooh. Like, I know it's not gonna happen. I know it's not likely, but at least there's that possibility. I'm excited. This match is immediately gonna be made better because Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles one-on-one. I mean, how good is that match gonna be? How good is that match going to be? You have Ty Dillinger there. That adds a triple threat dynamic. That adds a portion where you're seeing AJ Styles versus Ty Dillinger, Baron Corbin versus Ty Dillinger, Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles. I mean, what are you doing? Why is this a singles matchup? I don't understand it. Ty Dillinger beat Baron Corbin via small package on SmackDown Live. That would mean he's better than your number one contender. So why is your number one contender Baron Corbin when all he did was beat Ty Dillinger by countout the week before? What makes Baron Corbin more worthy of a United States Championship match than Ty Dillinger? Beats me. Beats me. Yet this is what we're getting. This is what we're getting. I wouldn't put it past WWE to give Baron Corbin the United States Championship match. I even think that's what's been rumored. I think AJ Styles should keep the United States Championship. Him being AJ Styles, he really isn't doing anything too beyond the normal with that championship, but him being AJ Styles is bringing prestige to the title. And I mean, you could still do things with AJ Styles in that United States Championship. You could still have an AJ Styles versus a Rusev. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice program. You could still do AJ Styles versus Ty Dillinger, but of course WWE doesn't want to go that route, right? Gotta be kidding me. AJ Styles versus Bobby Roode. Ooh. Yeah, WWE doesn't want to go that route, right? Instead, you go Baron Corbin. I'm thinking that AJ Styles should retain. What I think is going to happen, I think WWE is going to fucking fuck this up and give the title to Baron Corbin. What's Baron Corbin going to do with it? Don't ask me. That beats me, bro. Baron Corbin wins the United States Championship. That is my prediction here. Don't know why Ty Dillinger was left out of this matchup, but of course, WWE logic. We move on to the main event matchup. I'm presuming this is going to be the main event because this is what's been focused the most heavily on SmackDown Live as of late, and it is Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. This build to this matchup has been absolutely great. Some of the best work Kevin Owens has done in his entire WWE career. This feud and this build to the feud has raised the stock of Kevin Owens, because even if he loses this Hell in a Cell match, which he very well could, even if he loses this Hell in a Cell matchup, he's still coming out of this feud being able to say, I once headbutted Vince McMahon right in the head, and it was fucking hard style, bro. That wasn't fake at all. I made him fucking bleed right in the forehead, bro. So fuck you. I'm better than you. Kevin Owens now has that accolade. And this definitely has raised the stock and shows WWE's faith in Kevin Owens, and that has been massive for him in this feud. He's fucking beat the shit out of Shane McMahon, and this is where the creativity of WWE has been seen. When they care about something, yeah, then they'll be creative. They don't, they'll give everybody else a big fuck you. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal, nobody gives a fuck about that. And it's shown in WWE's booking, right? Right? But I mean, Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens, this is going to be a good match. I expect this to be very good. Kevin Owens clearly fantastic in that ring. Clearly able to carry Shane McMahon to a match that's going to be of avail. Shane McMahon, depending on how crazy he fucking goes, he's in a Hell in a Cell. He's going to go crazy. He's going to do something high risk. Is he going to jump off the cell? That I don't know, bro. That I don't know. But, I mean, it's Shane McMahon. It's going to be a fucking crazy matchup. What he did with AJ Styles, that was great. I expect it to be the same caliber, if not better, since he's in a Hell in a Cell, and he's in there with Kevin Owens. So, I mean, that is absolutely fantastic. Kevin Owens beat the shit out of Vince McMahon. On the go-home show, he tossed around Shane McMahon as well. He's looked good going into this matchup. Kevin Owens has looked brutal. Kill, Steen, kill. I've seen people who focused on Kevin Owens in the indies, and they were like, Kevin Owens is finally resembling Kevin Steen, the guy who used to be in the indies where he just didn't give a fuck about anything. Apron powerbombing Sami Zayn on SmackDown Live. And you've seen Kevin Owens multiple times in this feud being that point where he's just doing relentless shit. And I like that Kevin Owens. Fuck this Kevin Owens that you had most of last year and the beginning of this year, where he was just coming out with Chris Jericho and cracking jokes and being a wise guy. The Kevin Owens you've seen in that feud with AJ Styles, same thing. This Kevin Owens is getting down to business. He's serious. You see that cold-blooded look on his face, and I like that. That's made this match so much more intriguing, because this is a dangerous Kevin Owens. This is that heel we want to see. So, I mean, this is going to be very, very interesting in a Hell in a Cell. This is a matchup that deserves to be in a Hell in a Cell. Most of the time, WWE does these Hell in a Cell matches, and they don't have matches that are worthy of going into a Hell in a Cell. Just because it's October, it's Hell in a Cell month, we got to do one, right? Throw the women in there, huh? No, bro. These feuds, the New Day and the Usos, and Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens deserve to be in a Hell in a Cell. And I'm sure that these are going to be the best matches of the night because of that. The build has been fantastic. I expect the match to be too. And I honestly can't predict who's going to win it. I honestly cannot predict who's going to win it. I'm saying Shane McMahon. Since Kevin Owens has had the upper hand in this entire feud, I'm saying Shane McMahon, and that will lead us into a Team Shane McMahon versus Team Kevin Owens going into Survivor Series, and that's what WWE has planned. That's my prediction. Tell me what you think in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen, because for now, that has been your preview and predictions for WWE Hell in a Cell. I hope you sincerely enjoyed what you heard here. Like I said at the beginning of the video, make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Make sure to go check out the breaking news War Games coming to NXT Houston. That was uploaded yesterday on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Make sure to go check that out. Raw reviews, SmackDown review, go home show to this very pay-per-view that we speak of. Upcoming content, Behind the Mic, episode number 40 coming on Saturday. Of course, this very pay-per-view, WWE Hell in a Cell 2017 review and results after that show goes off the air on Sunday. Make sure to expect that. If you enjoy what you're hearing here, make sure to subscribe. WWE 2K18 content coming 1 week from Friday. That is tomorrow. 1 week from tomorrow, you are going to be seeing WWE 2K18 content coming to the channel. That means an update on the Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, this preview and predictions video that you're watching. There's going to be an update in gameplay. You can expect that. You can expect my career videos coming out. You can expect Universe Mode videos coming out. All that fantastic content coming to the channel in just 1 week. So make sure to get excited and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, I honestly do not know what you're waiting for. Click on that subscribe button, and of course make sure to like, comment, check out the Twitter, watch all the videos, because for now, I am out of here. Thank you very, very much for watching this video, and of course I will see you on Saturday for Behind the Mic, episode number 40.